Have you ever stopped to wonder if numbers are really just, well, for math? Today, we're going to take a journey, a deep dive into the past to uncover the ancient and honestly surprisingly global origins of numerology.
So this is the big question, right? It's really at the heart of our whole story. I mean, we see the number 7 and we just think of a quantity. But for thousands of years, cultures all over the world have seen something more. They saw a hidden code, a unique vibration, a key to unlocking the universe's secrets.
So where did this all start? Well, you might be surprised. This isn't some new age trend that just popped up recently. No way. Its roots go way, way back. I'm talking to the very dawn of civilization. Think about it. Long before we had modern science, even before a lot of the philosophies we study today, we had numerology. It was one of humanity's first ever tools for finding patterns and making sense of a world that probably seemed pretty chaotic.
And just look at this. This is what's so fascinating to me. These systems weren't all connected. A lot of them grew up completely independently of each other. You've got ancient Babylonia, Imperial Rome, China, Egypt, all these cultures thousands of miles apart, and they all landed on the same exact idea that numbers hold some kind of deeper power. This wasn't some fringe belief, you know? It was a core part of how they saw the world.
Okay, so this little timeline gives us a really clear roadmap. The journey starts in the ancient world with systems like the Chaldean one. Then we hit a huge turning point around 500 BC when it gets this major philosophical upgrade in Greece from a very famous mathematician. And those exact principles, they evolved directly into the Western numerology that's still around today.
All right, let's zoom in on that middle point, because you absolutely cannot talk about Western numerology without talking about this guy, Pythagoras. And yeah, you heard that right. It's the exact same Pythagoras you learned about in high school geometry class. This quote right here, it just perfectly captures his whole philosophy. For Pythagoras, numbers weren't just for measuring triangles and stuff. He believed they were the literal building blocks of reality. His whole argument was, if you can understand the number, you can understand the very nature of a person, a place, anything. This really lays out his revolutionary idea so clearly. For Pythagoras, there was no fight between logic and mysticism. He saw them as two sides of the same coin, and numbers were the perfect bridge that connected the mathematical world of calculation with the spiritual world of intuition. So how do you take a huge philosophical idea like that and turn it into something people can actually, use? Simple. You create a system.
And here's the truly elegant part of what he developed. The Pythagorean system gives a single-digit number, 1 through 9, to every letter of the alphabet. And just like that, any name, any word, any phrase could be translated into a set of numbers which gave it a whole new layer of meaning just waiting to be interpreted. And this is how an idea becomes the legacy, right? It all starts with one person's discovery, this mystic value in numbers. Then that idea gets turned into a system, linking logic with intuition. And finally, that framework becomes so powerful, so influential, that it ends up forming the very foundation of modern Western numerology. But, and this is a really important point, while Pythagoras is a huge figure in this story, his system wasn't the only one out there. Not even close. The same human desire to find meaning in numbers led people down all sorts of different paths. Take the Chaldean system from Babylonia. It's actually even older than the Greek version and focuses on the vibrations of numbers 1 through 8. Then you've got Kaballah numerology, which is deeply woven into the mystical meanings of the Hebrew alphabet. And of course, the rich traditions of Tamil and Indian numerology have their own completely unique methods tied to ancient scriptures. So when you boil it all down, this is the key takeaway. It doesn't matter if you were in ancient Babylon, classical Greece, or India. People separated by vast oceans and centuries of time all came to the same exact conclusion. Numbers were for more than just counting. They were a language, and they were just waiting for someone to learn how to read it. Which, brings us right back to where we started. Is the enduring appeal of all this just about our fascination with patterns? Or maybe a search for some kind of spiritual truth? Or is it, as Pythagoras himself might have argued, a recognition that the logical and the mystical are actually deeply and perhaps permanently intertwined?